Alright folks, I'm going to do one more video with you, and this is basically about adding light to an image. So for example, here's a light source here, and I want to add this to this image, and then I'm going to do one more color grading video, elements, where I'm not actually using a base image that's already got a whole lot of things going on that I've brought into the image. I'll explain that in a bit more detail in a moment. Now, I can't use something like the lasso to cut this light out. You can't cut light out. So for this, I'm going to grab my eraser, okay, and start with a much smaller brush. So tap your square brackets. Remember, you want a soft brush. So if I click on this little thingy here, click soft rounded brush, and you can get to that from there, okay? And I'd start a little bit bigger just to get out some of this, block out some of this detail in here. And just kind of make my way in, just gently erasing this, okay? Then I need to go a little bit smaller because obviously I don't want to take too much detail away. I'm trying to leave some of this glow in. Okay, and so some images are going to work better than others, but here we go. So, and that's kind of, and if I go a little bit smaller, because maybe I want to get rid of that and that. So I've got this little warm glow, and let's take that, I could apply that to there. I could pop that into here. Maybe I want to have something over here that's kind of glowing a little bit. Let's just move that across a little. Okay, then take a good look around. You can see there's my eraser gone. You can see there's some little hard edges here. Oops, we're on the wrong layer. You got to make sure that layer is selected before you start erasing. Just have a look for any kind of harsh edges. Okay, so that's one way I've added light to that element. Okay, all right. The next thing I want to go over is I was struggling to find the word for color grading, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go layer, new layer, and what I did was I brought in an entirely new picture and applied a bleed mode to it. What's going on with this image? Oh yeah, let's just bring that up, and we blurred it first in Gaussian or whatever kind of blur. Anyway, for this one here, I'm going to start with a new layer, new layer. Okay, then I'm going to go down to, and wouldn't you know it, probably sitting right where I want to go. Okay, that's helpful. Let's move this, shall we? Since Loom is like my nice tidy desktop. Okay, so what I'm trying to get to is here. There we go. So gradient tool, right? You can see my nice tidy desktop. Let's hide that. So I'm on the gradient tool, and once you pop up here, you've got all your different gradients. So all your blues or whatever. So you go find something that you want that's going to match the tone that you want. I'm gonna jump out of there because I want to get some purples maybe. Let's go into here. There we go. And maybe that. Okay. You've got all your different options up here in terms of how your gradient's going to work. Okay. That almost looks a bit like a light spill. You just figure out where you want your light to be coming from. Okay. And where your dark colors are going to go. Then I just simply come up to here and go darken or multiply, and you can see what's going on here. I actually really like what's happening up here. Now you may decide in other areas it's just not working for you. If I grab my eraser, I can, just whack out a bit of light, and actually that looks pretty good as it is. But I can also come up to here where it says opacity and reduce that a bit. So it's actually not taking all the light out, it just takes a little bit. So you can see just taking little bits and pieces out, and I've just changed or color graded that image to some extent where it's no longer daytime. It's kind of like, although those windows I'll have to do a bit of work on just so they're not so bright. But that's not a bad start. Okay, I could always bring my light in front so it's a little bit brighter. Ooh, that worked. And now if I duplicate that light, Control J, working smarter, not harder, and I could go ahead and grab that and potentially pop that there, and duplicate that again. Control, oh, that made that light brighter, so that's going to be a nice bright light. With this one over here, the light is a little bit old, so it's not as bright as that one. Now I need to tidy up those windows, but that's for another time. So there we go. So just really quickly, um, bringing light into the image and how to color grade with just using a layer and a gradient. Right, I'll leave it at that.